Welcome to the MNmaxed Podcast. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so as we continue the Extinction Curse. A recap of Session 33. After we have defeated the big bad Zolgath of the Aran Tower, we decide to head back and meet up with the circus. The next day, we hold a funeral for Kestrel and Savatri. It's very sad. Then, we journey to Escadar. Along the way, we do some crafting. Once at Escadar, we go try to find some authorities to inquire about a place to set up our circus. While we wait for an audience, we put on an impromptu performance in the town square. It goes well. Not long after, we are invited in to meet with the town leaders.
We're going to go into something that's a little bit interesting. We are going to do a special rule set for a social encounter that's going to have initiative and specific social actions that you can take. We're going to have social combat. When the guards escort you inside of the constable office, there's a main desk and a couple of hallways that go through here. There's a man who greets you just as the guards just escort you in the door, and then they go and stand back out again.
He looks like a nice guy.
He sticks out his hand to Moonlight, and he goes, I understand that you're the one representing the Circus of Wayward Wonders, is it? My name's Dericus. Nice to meet you.
Greetings, Dericus. Yes, I am Moonlight. And I'll reach a branch out.
And he grabs it firmly and shakes it. He'll kind of poke a thumb over his shoulder and just goes, Andera's office is this way. Follow me. And he takes you down the hallway. There are clerks going in and out of the offices here. A couple of, looks like maybe detectives are, sitting at their desks with the doors open, going over paperwork. And he takes you back to the door at the end of the hallway, and he firmly knocks on it twice and then opens the door. This circular office that he escorts you into is paneled with rich brown wood. It contains a writing desk, shelves stacked with records, and a row of chairs positioned near the door for visitors. A framed painting of a kestrel in flight hangs in a place of prominence behind the desk. Yeah, I know, right? That's in the book.
I'm trying to picture Kestrel flying.
It took me just a second to realize you meant the bird.
It's a bird. Nope, the actual bird. A framed painting of a kestrel in flight hangs in a place of prominence behind the desk. A metal stand.
I almost feel bad that Kestrel's not here.
I do too.
You picked Kestrel because of the bird, didn't you?
Yeah, yep.
Like Kestrel picked Kestrel because of the
Kestrel
bird?
picked the name Kestrel after the Keonan Kestrel.
A metal stand to the west displays an ornate falchion and a battle-worn breastplate polished to a brilliant shine. A small, muscular human woman sits behind the desk, dressed in a dark blue uniform with a golden badge of office pinned to the left shoulder. The shield-shaped badge bears an engraving of an osprey with a fish clutched in its talons. The woman listens intently to the individual sitting across from her, who you see his back, a smarmy human man in a striking royal purple suit, only a few buttons and ruffles shy of garish. The woman's hawk-like gaze darts to the opened door, and she holds up a hand apologetically to the man in purple. Thank you, Delma, for bringing this issue to my attention. If that's all, though, it appears that I have another appointment. This is Andera.
So she's fucking Halle Berry as Storm.
In plate.
In plate armor.
Yeah.
Carrying a
very shiny
bitchin' looking glaive.
I can see hawkish and fierce, yeah.
Yeah. That's good art.
On a fighter.
The man who Andera is sitting across from, who's at the bench, stands up and he turns to look at you. And this is Delamar.
Oh my. Yeah, he looks skeezy.
Oh, they're here.
I'm sorry, do we know you?
No, not yet, but I know you.
I guess you have us at a disadvantage.
Andera looks at Delamar and says, Delamar, unless you have something important that you need to say, please let me address my appointment. Hello, my name is Andera. Andela Paldreen.
Greetings, I am Moonlight, and we are here for the Circus of Wayward Wonders.
Yes, so I am told. How may I assist you?
I look at this Delamar guy, like, as if, like, is he gonna stay here for this whole conversation? Like, I don't say anything, but I kind of, like, look at him for a little bit and look at her, and what was this guy's name?
Delamar is the smarmy man wearing
I said it right,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Delamar kind of just like stands off to the side and crosses his shoulders, and he just goes, "Oh, wait a moment." And Dericus walks over behind Andera and stands behind Andera, and she looks and says, "No, Delamar can stay for the moment. I would like to hear your proposal, Moonlight."
Peach Pie puts away the cream pie he pulled out when he hears this person say that the guy can stay. He was about to take drastic action.
Well, as I said, I am representing the Circus of Wayward Wonders, and we were hoping to get a spot of land to set up our circus, preferably somewhere in town that would be accessible to the citizens.
Well, Moonlight, I appreciate you getting to the point quickly. Delamar here informed me of your arrival some hours ago and had some concerns with allowing you to stay within the city. And Delamar kind of like smirks and bobs his head a little bit and looks really satisfied.
And may I ask what those concerns are?
Well, yeah, I've told her some of the stories of some of the terrible things that you did to the town of Aberton.
Oh, I would love to hear these stories. I do love a good tale.
We're going to enter into a social combat situation. We're going to call this the performance negotiations. I want everybody in the party to roll standard perception initiative. Yes.
Part of me really wants to go first, but part of me also really wants to be able to retort to whatever this jackass has to say.
I ready action to retort.
So, in this social encounter, your goal is to convince Andera to allow you to have a plot of land or a site for the Circus of Wayward Wonder. You have the option to do one of several actions. One of the actions is called Sway Andera, where you will attempt to use diplomacy, deception, or some relevant lore skill through an argument that you might have to allow the circus to perform in Escadar. You also can support an argument, where you could attempt to bolster an ally's argument with a diplomacy, deception, or relevant lore skill. And on a success, the ally gains a +1 circumstance bonus to their next check. You can demonstrate your talents as circus performers as one option. You can attempt to impress Andera with, some sort of performance check. You can also attempt to discredit Delamar on your turn as well. A little difficult to discredit him since we haven't heard from him at this point yet. But
Well, he said we caused problems in Aberton, so
that's
immediately that is
Yeah.
a lie.
I mean, is that attempting to sway her or discredit him or some of both? It's hard to...
Yeah.
Is there an intimidate Delamar's action?
That's what I was hoping for.
I'd like to do that. Not on the first round, though. I do not want to do that in the first round. First round, I absolutely want to start by, just like David said, attempting to sway her by poking holes in his story.
order here is going to start with Moonlight at the top. Everybody's going to pick an action, give me your RP for that action. Andera can cut in and, respond at any point. She's not in the initiative. Delamar is in the initiative. So it's basically the party versus Delamar here.
And she's like the arbiter.
She's the arbiter. She's going to look at Delamar with a quick steely glance and go, yes, Delamar has some things that he's had to say to me, although I don't have the greatest relationship with Delamar. She cocks an eyebrow at him. And I would like to hear it from you directly. I understand, Moonlight, that you are in fact the leader of the Circus of Wayward Wonders. Is that correct?
Yes, you could say I was voted to be leader.
Convince me.
As Delamar has said, he's told you some stories. I'd like to tell you some stories of my own. You know, the ones like where we saved the town from wasp swarms and mephits and a crazy druid lady that actually killed the old ringmaster of ours.
That sounds
Moonlight will
Yeah,
go
go
into
ahead.
more detail than that, but
this is, I'm assuming, sounds like it's just going to be a sway attempt.
yeah, it's just a sway attempt.
All right. It sounds like you're going for more over diplomacy than deception, so go ahead and make your
Oh
diplomacy
yeah,
check.
absolutely. I guess we'll stick with that. I get a 19.
Well, that doesn't really attest to the credit of the circus itself. If Delamar has stories to tell about what happened in Aberton, then Delamar has stories to tell, but what makes your circus deserve a site of land in my city? Jeb, it's your turn.
A fucking whistle or something. And Turtles jumps up. They got weapons, right? Never mind.
Yeah, they do.
I was gonna say that this wasn't ours, and then they might kill my turtles. So maybe not. But yeah, turtle will rush in. Is this a nature check or
Are you gonna demonstrate your talents?
somehow? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can just straight up do a performance check. For you, it's nature. This is the accompanying check. So you just want to like kind of demonstrate some of yours and Turtle's skills while you're here?
Yes.
Got it. Let's go ahead and get that nature check.
Fuck. Oh, that was a 19. Son of a bitch. 16. 32.
Oh, you using a hero point?
There you go. There's your 19.
There you go. 32 is a critical success. She nods and she just goes, well, that's impressive. Now, my office isn't a circus tent, so please
You
refrain.
just asked me to show you my tricks.
No. I was asking for a reason why I should allow the circus. I appreciate the demonstration, and I am thoroughly satisfied with your demonstration. But there's no reason to demonstrate any further. My office is not a circus tent.
Turtle immediately just just sits next to me, I guess.
Then it's Delamar's turn. Delamar will look over at Andera and say, look, whether or not you think that they have capabilities as performers or not, doesn't discredit the fact that there's already a perfectly capable, in fact, a perfectly wonderful, a perfect circus that already resides in your town, the Celestial Menagerie. There's no need for these half-rate performers and the trouble that they bring.
Who is this dude?
He's obviously the spokesman for Celestial Menagerie.
You've obviously never seen our zoological garden.
And Dara will nod at Delamar and say, no, I understand what you're saying, Delamar, but there's always room for competition, don't you think? Wizard, it's your turn.
Oh, that dude's full of shit. Our circus is better. Let us do a circus off.
You're gonna discredit him?
I don't know. I'm terrible at all the checks you named.
And didn't you say society was for something? What was
Society
that under?
is under discredit Delamar or the Celestial Menagerie. Now that
Yeah, I'll discredit the Celestial Menagerie. I'll tell them stories of shit I've heard, and some of the shit's going to be completely made up, I have a feeling, because I'm already thinking it's true, but it's going to be not even close to the truth.
Well, you don't have to make a deception check if you believe it's true.
Yeah, so society check.
Society check.
Can I take twice as long to get a +2 using my ageless patience? It's a skill
No.
check, isn't it?
Because Andera does not have patience for that.
You're saying these skill checks take a full round?
Yes.
We're an initiative.
Yeah, but we're not doing like 3-action initiative. You get to do one of these things on your turn.
That's bullshit.
Sorry, brah. Custom rules.
I'm gonna hero point it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's worth it. Went from a 19 to a 25. So
All right.
25.
What do you know about the Celestial Menagerie? Anything that you might want to come up with?
Moonlight story. They kept this bush in a fucking cage.
Andera looks over at Delamar and says, is that true, Delamar? Did the Slushy come from your circus? And he just goes, I can't say. There's so many of those little things running around these days. It's not
just
worth
a
mentioning.
Oh, just a side note. This guy works there,
I assume he's like their spokesman.
so he knows me.
So, Wizard successfully discrediting Delamar. Peach Pie, it's your turn.
Yeah. I don't have anything to do except
Yeah.
performance.
When she says not to do another performance, it's like,
I stand there and look very sad that they don't.
You can't
like
back him up.
Yeah, what kind of check do you want for a
critically
back?
fail it? Or-
For
What kind of check do you
supporting,
want?
supporting an argument, you can attempt to bolster an ally's argument using diplomacy, deception, or a relevant lore skill.
Does
How
Bernard
ab-
have a better roll than you?
Hey, Tyler, can I use clown lore to talk about how bad the Celestial Menagerie's clowns are because they sell drugs to people?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I know clowns aren't supposed to do that.
And also, you have like direct evidence of something.
Like, I'm not going to point out that.
Wait, those
that
clowns are
Bubbles-
selling drugs?
Yeah,
Well, Mr.
Bubbles,
Bubbles
was,
did.
Bubbles was selling drugs. I mean, I'm not going to point out that he's now in our circus and probably still selling drugs. But, definitely with the Celestial Menagerie. All right, clown lore. Hey, there we go. We get a chance to use it. 18.
18 is not enough to successfully bolster that argument.
Does it hinder the argument?
It doesn't. But what would Peach Pie say?
I have it on good authority, which would be my own, that clowns from the Celestial Menagerie have been selling drugs and paraphernalia to the citizenry of Escadar and the surrounding areas. Not that it really matters, because they're all going to die anyway. I mean, we all die, so why not do a little drugs to make life more bearable?
Because it's against the law, clown. Delamar, is this true? And Delamar just goes, it's a false accusation. There's no way that our clowns would sell drugs. To whom? There are no citizens in this fine city of yours that would partake in such dirty things. Actually, that was a success.
Oh, well, I delivered the line as if it were a failure.
I know, I wanted you to.
Oh, okay. So confused.
I know. No, you tied it in with your backstory that reduces the DC.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
Moonlight, you're going to get a +1 circumstance bonus on this because Peach Pie is supporting your argument, but that kind of means that you do have to attempt to sway Andera.
I was probably going to do that anyways. So, I realized that my first argument was more about the character of the people in the circus. Now, I would like to speak on the circus itself. You pointed out yourself, bring competition. Competition keeps prices from going too high. It's never good to have someone have a monopoly, and it gives people a choice. Maybe they're bored of seeing the same show over and over again. This will give them another option, something that they can go to instead of being home or being on the streets. They've already seen the Celestial Menagerie. They can come see us.
All right, go ahead and give me your diplomacy check. Get it at a +1.
How about a 31?
Fucking killed it. Critical success. That is a very good point, Moonlight. And I appreciate your candor. It is important that the people have options. Because the people's happiness is the most important when it comes to maintaining law and order.
Ah, fuck this bitch. Fucking
Oh
boot.
god. Eridan's like super lawful good, isn't he? Like,
Not necessarily.
he was lawful neutral.
Was he lawful neutral?
I guess she does seem, I guess she's very lawful. She seems very militaristic, but she looks very militaristic, so.
Okay. Well, Jebediah, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Another trick! I'm just kidding. Do I not have lore? Oh yeah, feline lore. I'll tell them about cats.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you could attempt to sway her with a lore check. You could just do just a straight sway on this.
I mean, you have diplomacy too. You could do diplomacy. It's actually pretty close to Moonlight's now.
so I'm just gonna continue with the discredit, I think.
Yeah, you want to discredit the menagerie
Well, what is
again?
that? What skill is that?
Discrediting would be either a circus lore or society check, unless you want to mention something that you personally witnessed in the Celestial Menagerie in your time there, and then you can use diplomacy.
Okay, that's the plan.
You mean like their mistreatment of animals?
It's only an 18, but yeah, I'll describe not only just that, but the keeping Moonlight in prison, basically. Yeah, all the animals are... If you let any of those animals go, they'd kill anyone, because they don't treat them right. And this poor Moonlight was accosted or something.
All right.
Caged.
Cage accosted, same thing.
All the above. The DC gets reduced to 18, tied to your backstory. That is a success.
Yeah, what do you say about that, pink shirt?
Pink shirt. Well, these are simply accusations that just do not hold any true weight. The animals in the Celestial Menagerie have never just up and attacked any citizenry. Why, in fact, I can tell you from on good word that we have stories of these folks, at least 2 of them, going onto the grounds of a church of Abadar and attacking people on church grounds.
People? If you saw what came out of their mouths, I don't think you'd call them people.
Oh, shit.
Oof.
Delamar gets a natural 20 on his deception
Or if he
check.
brings a religion into it and everyone gets all sensitive.
And Dara would turn back to you, Moonlight, and she would say, well, any sort of violence on church grounds is just unexcusable. What do you have to say for yourselves there?
Not my turn, that's what I have to say to myself.
I know, that one's rough. Wizard, it's your turn.
I'm going to discredit him by saying, dude, I didn't attack anybody. I haven't been to church in years. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Oh, man, that's good. Yeah, go ahead and give me a, shit, you're going to have to do diplomacy.
I'm discredited. I want to discredit using society.
Oh, yeah, that's right, society, that's right. Yeah, go ahead.
I already used my hero point.
Delamar will look at the wizard and go, I wasn't talking or referring to you, whatever your name is. I don't even know what your name is. Can't find anything about you.
You can just
Peach
Google
pie.
them.
Yeah, go ahead and Google the wizard and see what happens.
Yeah, the whiz, that'll get you a long ways.
In my case,
A Wizardinator 3000, how to pass drug tests.
That's actually probably exactly what you would get.
I was going to say, invented by the wizard. Peach pie.
Yeah. I want to bolster one of Moonlight's arguments.
Okay.
What kind of check do you want for that?
Depends on what kind of argument you're going to make.
What kind of argument are you going to make next time, Moonlight?
Yeah, we're just whispering.
I
to
don't
each
know,
other.
I'm running out of stuff to do.
I mean, he is bringing your character back into it. So maybe that's a viable argument now.
Yeah, I already spoke on our character, but I guess, yeah, I can counter that by explaining that it was demons and we cleansed the church of demons and saved the priest. So that's probably what I'll do.
Just take out your handful of holy symbols you carry around.
I am very religious, see?
Yeah, I'll bolster that argument. How about, I don't know, what kind of check do you want on that?
For a bolster, supporting an argument, normally diplomacy, deception, or a relevant lore skill.
Clown lore?
Nah.
I gotta use this clown lore.
Gotta use clown lore again.
Mostly all the rest of my shit is garbage.
Well, let's go ahead and see your
Roll
garbage
high.
diplomacy roll.
He wants to craft alchemy, that's what he wants
Yeah,
to
let me
do.
craft some alchemy on these bitches.
I mean,
I
what
pull
skills
out-
do you have?
Athletics is good. Acrobatics is okay. Crafting is good. Perception is good. Medicine is good. Oh, religion. How about religion for we weren't doing anything bad to the temple?
I'll allow it.
There we go. There we go. 23.
Nice roll. And you're bolstering Moonlight's argument, right?
Yes.
How would you do
Yes.
that?
It's not going to be peach pie. It's
Yeah, I
gonna
have
be
Bernard
Bernard.
speak up.
It's
Bernard.
Bernard. Yeah.
There you go.
Bernard says this.
I would like to just say, if I could, at the temple of Abadar, it was not people. Well, they were once people, but they were dead people, and inside of them were demons. They were worms, in fact, and they were causing all kinds of havoc. In fact, they were about to kill many people. And if not for the brave actions of the Circus of Wayward Wonders, they certainly would have killed people. But no, the demons were slain. And no discredit was brought to the Temple of Abadar, and no harm to its people.
Dericus, during the time, the guard that escorted you in kind of like raises his eyebrows when the squirrel starts talking, and Dara just kind of like looks completely nonplussed by it and meets eyes with Bernard and goes, "It would seem odd to me that there would be demons inhabiting the Church of Abadar, even in a small backwater village like Abberton."
Yes, it was very odd.
Moonlight actually will pull out one of those.
Show the Abadar holy books and be like, we did so well that the priest gave us these.
You know how many people I've beat with these books?
Though?
Yeah, but Moonlight's really good at deception. Yeah. Do you know how many people I've killed with these books?
So that's what I'm gonna, Tyler, I just put it in chat.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
I'm gonna pull that out and be like, yes, we pulled these symbols off of the creatures, and as you can see, they're demonic runes on them. The druids in the area had been taken over by demons.
She'll go ahead and take a +2 circumstance bonus on this, one from Peach Pie, and I'm going to allow that circumstance to stack on this. Item bonus. It'll be an item bonus. It stacks.
There we go. It stacks.
It stacks. Go ahead with your diplomacy.
26.
Nice. She picks it up and says, "Is that a holy symbol of Gazra defaced by, what is this, abyssal?" Delamar, you never mentioned anything about the presence of demons in Abberton. That changes things quite drastically based on the stories that you've already told me. Jebediah.
I feel like this is a losing battle. His crit really fucked us over.
His crit really fucked
I
you over.
take out my axe and kill Pink Shirt. All right.
We're good people, damn it.
I'll do you just like I did that clown.
Jellico.
Yeah, there you go. My next argument would be like, have you seen Jellico lately?
That's your intimidate check that you wanted.
Yeah, there we go.
Who am I swaying again? Is it the chick?
Andera, yeah.
Yeah, fierce lady.
Yeah, I can hit on her.
You better show a little more charm than you do with Ellie, though.
Yeah, I'm fine with flirting. It's the commitment that's. Yeah, I honestly don't know what I'd do other than. Can we repeat what we're doing?
You can either attempt to sway Andera with a specific argument, support one of your allies' arguments, or discredit Delamar or the the Celestial Menagerie.
Didn't I already do that?
You can do it again, though. The only thing you can do once without negatively affecting her
Is the performance
standing is performing in her office more than once.
Alright, I'm gonna sway again, and I'm just gonna, I don't know, just something along the lines of telling her that, did our performance go well in Everton? We like maxed
very
out.
well.
Yeah, we killed it.
Yeah.
You killed it.
I mean, we
consistently.
killed it.
Yeah,
We
I'll
didn't-
explain that Everton's do people travel here from Everton?
I would say they would
periodically.
They would get trade.
I'm sure you've heard of how good we are. And then blah, blah, blah.
Go ahead and what do you want to? What check you want to use with that diplomacy?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Actually, I have heard some word about your circus, and they do seem to be good words.
Not only the good we do for the town itself.
Not just from Delamar here, who only seems to have negative things to speak of when it comes to you. Delamar will look over at Jebediah and say, "Well, I've heard of you, Jebediah, the animal tamer. You're soft. I would say that any of the animals under your care probably don't actually have the discipline to not harm any of the goers. Now, in the Celestial Menagerie, the animals are trained diligently, and they have never once harmed anybody in Escadar." Wizard.
I've been trying to think of a way to discredit him again.
I mean, you could use the argument that they haven't done anything because they live in fear. Just because they don't attack anybody doesn't mean they're well treated.
Well, yeah, they're in cages all the time.
Also, they're in cages all the time.
Yeah.
I can speak for that.
I do that then.
All right, what kind of check you want to make?
Society still. 22.
22? Okay. What would you say to her?
What they just said. Sounded good to me.
It's true. I don't ever see any of the animals from the menagerie outside of their cages, short of performing, where often they do have whips taken to them. Perhaps you have something, scrawny old man. Peach pie.
As an animal myself, I can certainly attest that the animals at the Circus of Wayward Wonders are all treated very well, like friends, in fact. Here, watch. And Bernard goes over to Turtle and says, I say, Turtle, good chap, might I sit in your mouth for a moment?
I nodded. Turtle. She doesn't like.
You know what? I'll allow Jeb an auto turn nature check to allow this to go. I like it.
I hope to God it goes well, or else Bernard's getting beaten.
Bernard's getting chomped.
Okay. Bernard climbs into Turtle's mouth. Turtle looks really confused for a moment, but
And
opens
Bernard
up.
goes, ta-da!
And Dara will just kind of look very surprised for a moment, and she just goes, well, I must say, that is in fact a talking rainbow squirrel inside of a large tiger's mouth, and it is not eating it. Delamar, I do believe you've been discounted on the animal training front quite thoroughly at this point.
And then Bernard will exit Turtle's mouth and say, thank you very much, Turtle. That is very kind. And returns to
Fur
Peach
ball
Pie's.
gets coughed up.
Big rainbow fur ball. Wow, that was interesting. All right, Moonlight.
We're just gonna do another sway. That's all I can really do because I don't feel like trying to deceive anybody here is a good choice.
Can we
And
get an intimidate check?
I don't
No.
think intimidating anybody here is allowed, regardless of whether Moonlight wants to do it or not. Moonlight knows that it would not be a good idea. Perhaps you heard the commotion out in the street. We just put on a small, I wouldn't want to say show, but perhaps exhibition, just to give the people an idea of what we have to offer, and they all seemed quite impressed.
Were they happy?
I would assume one of their guards saw it the whole show. I mean, they were standing outside.
They were. I mean, they're not in here right now,
I mean,
but
well, we could call in your guards who were outside, and they could attest to the happiness of the people.
go ahead and make your roll. Well, fine. Derricus, go and get Roderick and bring him up here.
Perhaps the other one.
Fine.
Roderick's an unpleasant fellow sometimes.
It's true. He can be an unpleasant fellow. Then, Derricus, go and bring me Joey, and let's see what he has to say about this.
Fucking Joey.
How you doing?
How you doing? Derricus will go and just kind of like, yes, ma'am, and hop out of the door real quick. And while she's sitting there waiting, she'll start, tapping her foot. And Delamar goes, this just seems really unnecessary. I don't understand why some god standing outside would have anything to do with, showing or telling whether or not people are happy. That seems so irrelevant. And she kind of cocks an eyebrow at him and goes, irrelevant? The people's happiness. It's not irrelevant. I figured that you would, of all people, Delamar, not put your foot in your mouth quite so much. And Derricus comes back with Joey, and he just goes, whoa, crowded office, guys. What can I do? How can I help? And then Dara will go, tell me, Joey, when the Circus of Wayward Wonders here were putting on their performance outside, would you say that the people looked satisfied, that they looked happy with the performance? Oh, yeah, man, they did a really good job. You should have seen the tree dancing on top of the fountain. It was really cool. And then the clown did a pie thing in the face, and he's got an actual cloud that goes over his head and rains on him. It was great, man. Yeah. And then Dara goes, you were dancing on top of my fountain.
Yes.
You're dismissed, Joey. And he goes, all right, Captain. And he gives a really
sorry.
loose salute.
Did I miss a sign that said no dancing on the fountain?
I suppose you are very new to the city. The happiness of the people is paramount to me. It helps maintain order. People don't look for those nasty vices quite so much when they have other distractions. Very well. Delamar, leave us now. But, Antera, Captain, please. leave my office. Thank you. Derricus, escort him out. And Derricus says, with pleasure, ma'am. And grabs Delamar by the arm and kind of just like takes him out of the office. And as Delamar is being escorted, it's be like, you murdered Jellicoe! I can't prove it, but I know you murdered Jellicoe! The door slams. And
the rain cloud appears above Peach
I just
Pie.
feel like
Don't get
Jeff
her
might
floor
screw
wet.
up and be like, how does he know we killed him?
I cast Ghost Sound, and it's a tiny, the world's smallest violin playing.
Oh, that's good.
That is good.
So I wanted to use ghost sounds earlier to add like a thunder sound to Peach Pie's little rain cloud.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Everybody go ahead and take a hero point for trying out that very... I've never seen a rule set like this for a social encounter in this.
Is that
this
from the book
particular
or
game.
something that you found
No,
somewhere?
it's from the book.
Cool.
But yeah, that whole like social encounter is laid out in a couple of different pages, and it's interesting. And Dara goes and sits behind her desk, and she says, "Well, I do see that it is certainly beneficial to us to welcome another circus into Escadar. I will tell you that we really only have a large enough plot of land available for the circus on the northern outskirts of Escadar. The area is easily accessible from the city, but currently it is badly overgrown, and it's rumored to hold some treacherous terrain and dangerous creatures. I see two advantages in leasing the site to you all. I don't have to risk the life of my guards in the difficult task of clearing the area, and the city can put the site to more productive use once or if your circus decides to move on. So, you
we
may
are
have the...
a traveling circus, so I do not expect we will be here forever.
Well, that's good. You may have the plot under two conditions. First, you must clear the site of thorns, brambles, and large stones, but once you have it, we'll make the ideal place to set up your circus. Second, you have 2 weeks to clear out the site and prepare your first performance.
Why 2 weeks?
You can't just be occupying the space and not doing anything with it. Put on your first performance in 2 weeks, or
We'll be
escorted.
clearing. We're clearing the area, though. What if that takes longer than 2 weeks?
You'll have 2 weeks to clear the area. Would you like me to alter the terms of the condition, wizard?
Pray I don't alter them further.
Ah.
Wait, no, it was
beat me to
Vader
it.
who said it. I can't do James Earl Jones. Nobody can do James Earl
Who
Jones.
could, yeah, I was going to say, who could do James Earl Jones? I'm sure somebody can. You may lease the plot of land. The payment for the lease is you must pay 5% of any of your circus proceeds as tax to the city.
So you want us to clear the land and pay you?
Of course.
I would think clearing the land for your benefit of future use should at least count for something.
Yes, it counts for you and acquiring the plot of land. You can't just skip out on taxes. It's preposterous.
Yes, but if you were to use it, it would cost you money to clear it.
Sure.
So we are saving you that money.
Of course. And I'm giving you a place to perform your circus.
I, and probably Moonlight, don't know enough about whether they would normally charge something on top of the taxes.
I do a society check to see if this would be normal.
Sure, go ahead.
32.
The tax rate in Escadar is actually like 10% for leasing plots of land like this for entertainment venues. She's giving you a 5% discount.
Okay, I'm cool with that, and I walk out.
Why doesn't she just say that then? I am but a humble tree.
Well, you have 2 weeks. She calls Derricus. Derricus, come in here. And Derricus opens the door. Yes, ma'am. Have one of the clerks draw up lease papers for the plot of land on the northern side, the mouth of the valley, for the Circus of Wayward Wonders. Moonlight, I understand that you own the circus?
Who owns the circus?
I mean, can anybody really own a circus?
For the purposes of paperwork, yes, somebody must own the circus. Is that you?
Am I part of the circus?
It would seem to me that you are. You're frustrating to speak to.
I'm part of the circus, guys.
I honestly don't know who owns the circus. Did we ever?
It's a co-op.
I am the leader of the circus, so I can sign for it.
Okay, good. Well, then the clerks will drop the paperwork. I have other business to attend to. Please leave my office now, and welcome to Escadar. And she immediately pulls out a ledger, opens it up, and starts writing in it, and promptly begins ignoring you. Derricus, the guard that escorts you out, he's like, "Hey, I'll have one of the clerks drop some paperwork. Do you want to go grab a drink after that, and we'll just bring it to you at the site for you to sign it?"
Yes, that should be satisfactory.
Sounds good. We'll see you out there by sunset. You got about 2 or 3 hours before sunset based on the daylight right now.
Okay, we will start moving the people over.
And he holds out his hand.
Chad voice all the time.
Yeah, yes. he holds out his hand to Moonlight and says, "Hey, nice meeting you, Moonlight."
Likewise. And I'll reach my branch out and shake his hand.
We'll see you soon.
Well, I suppose we go round up the people and move them to the north side.
So, are we able to just start clearing it? Do we just say that 2 weeks has passed? Do I get to just do more crafting and sell?
Our big strong guy's not going to help clear bramble.
Sure.
And rocks and
There's-
fight the stuff that attacks
I was
us.
saying,
while
he
we're
said there's
doing it.
monsters here too.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
And you guys all start moving your stuff towards that plot of land, and it's at the mouth of a valley, and there's some thick wooded area right at the mouth of the valley, but there's a big clearing where all of that section that they were talking about that you could post up the circus, and there's just random thorn bushes, just big rocks overgrown with grass. There's a lot of just trash here.
What season is it? Is it spring, summer, fall, winter?
It's getting into spring soon, but I mean it's a temperate climate, so we're talking it's not all dead. It would be the beginning of spring, roughly, end of winter.
Still a little chilly, but some days it might get warm.
End of winter in Florida.
Oh, then yeah, it's pretty nice.
That's how I see it, at least. The professor kind of looks around at the plot and goes, given the space that's here, this is going to be perfect. How long did they say we had to put on our first show?
We have 2 weeks to put the show on.
Oh, well, we should get to work right away then. It looks like there's a couple of places we can just kind of roll the wagons up while we're working, but I say we spend our first night here clearing off some space for us to just post the camp, right?
Makes sense to me.
Fantastic. And as you guys are, you get to the, where the plot is, Derricus, he comes up and he waves. Hey guys. He's got that paper and he starts waving it around. It's not attached to a clipboard. I got your paperwork.
Ah, thank you.
Go ahead and sign it here real quick. I'll get it right back to the clerk so we can get this all put in and, get this lease thing all taken care of. You guys got your work cut out for you here. You got a lot to do.
Moonlight reads every word.
Derek is just kind of...
And anything sneaky in there, anything?
Let's see. I mean, you don't have law, a lore law skill.
Society?
Society would work too. Yeah.
I asked the Wiz to look it up.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Doesn't that make you hesitate?
I take twice as long to get my +2.
Nice.
Now, is that because of the +2 or because it just
30.
takes you twice as long?
Both. That's the reason I took the skill feat.
Bold.
It's not a skill feat.
I thought it was ancestral. Yeah, elf ancestry feat. I actually really like it. It's a really cool feat.
But I got 30.
With a 30 society,
Pretty high.
yeah. I mean, this is a very standard lease document. There's definitely nothing sneaky in here.
It's the lease document you get when you Google how do I prepare a lease.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You're also agreeing to pay 5% payout So the first night, I mean, by the time
so
you guys...
Moonlight will sign it. Also go think to themselves, I wonder who does own this circus.
Derricus will, he's kind of going around and talking to some of the circus members. He'll even like go up to Peach Pie and Bernard and he'd be like, so your rainbow squirrel talks, man. That is really cool.
Yes, hello, my name is Bernard.
Oh, I suppose I could just talk right to you. Hi, Bernard. He holds out his finger to Bernard.
Hello.
Bernard grabs it and shakes it vigorously. Nice firm grip.
Yes, it's okay. People make the mistake all the time. They don't expect a little squirrel like me to be able to talk, but I can.
He just chuckles the whole time when Bernard talks. They're like, man, I love you. You're just the coolest. Your fur is so awesome too. You're like all those colors. Where do you come from? Are you like from the Feywilds or something?
I am an alchemical manifestation.
Okay.
Is that? Don't worry, I don't really know what it means either.
Yeah, all right.
I just happened to exist one day.
Well, here you are.
Yes, here I am. Here we all are, really. Isn't life wonderful?
Yeah,
No.
life is pretty good.
No.
Not at all.
No.
How do you guys even get along if you're just so opposite of each other?
Well, that's really the whole point of it. We're here to balance each other out.
Well, I guess there's a lot of balance there. Cool. Hey, what's the wizard's name again?
He doesn't have one.
Oh,
You can just call him the wizard.
oh, he actually doesn't have a name.
That's correct.
Okay. Cool then. Hey, wizard guy,
Yeah, what's up?
are you done reading the lease?
I don't know, am I?
I don't know. It took him twice as long.
No, probably not. He's just like, trying to kill time while you're reading it. And he'll go over to Jeb too. Hey, you and the cat did some pretty cool stuff. What's your cat's name?
Hurdle.
Turtle. I like you guys. This is cool. We're getting to know each other. Yeah. I think I'll probably come see your first show. I'll definitely come see your first show. When do you think you're gonna throw it? I mean, how long do you think this is gonna take for you to clear out?
3 days tops.
3. It's impressive. The professor comes by and goes, I don't think it's gonna go that fast, Jebediah. I think it's gonna take us at least a week.
3 days tops.
And throws up his hands and walks away. It's like, you're optimistic. Jeb, I like that.
I tell
Turtle.
this guy he's got free tickets.
You guys
If
talking about clearing the bramble and all that shit?
Yeah.
It was just like while he's reading, shoots a fireball out into the bramble.
Whoa, dude! Whoa, that's against so many codes. That violates so many codes. Can you put it out?
Personal
Can you put
rank
it-
cloud.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I'm gonna put this out. Fires another one off in a different direction.
No, man, that's not what I said. You're just starting fires everywhere.
Hey,
What-
calm down. I'm reading this contract. I lost my place. I lost my place. Shh.
Can
Shh.
somebody put out the fires before that spreads to the city?
Peach
Please?
Pie goes and stands above the fire with his head in a personal rain cloud.
I kind of imagine you like pulling out like a watering can. And, like,
Yeah.
trying to put it out.
Yeah, that's even better. Yeah, Peach Pie pulls out a watering can and pours it onto the fire.
And as soon as the fireballs go off, a bunch of the circus hands immediately stop setting up camp, and they all take some water buckets that they had, and they go fill up from someplace nearby, while Peach Pie is just like slowly putting this thing out with this endless watering can that you have because the personal rain cloud fills it up in between. Derricus is like, he's got his hands on his head. He's like, oh man. Okay, I won't say anything, Tandera, because she gave you a pretty good deal on the tax rate here. But could you? He looks over at Moonlight. Could you like keep the nameless wizard from setting my city on fire?
look over at the professor and go, 3 days!
Oh, man.
He's not officially part of the circus.
He's not? Why did he even come with you guys to the meeting then?
Oh, he was showing us how to get there.
Oh. What's he doing traveling with you guys if he's not a part of the circus?
I thought I was part of the circus. Why do you have me reading this fucking contract?
That would be
You're
pretty
busy.
shitty. He's just like, read this, but like, I don't even know why you're here still.
Man, I felt included.
I try to get the guard's attention again and tell him if he does security, he can see the first show free.
Security, huh? Well,
You just need to stand there and look guardy.
I mean, it's against. I can't moonlight. Sorry, that's weird to say with you right here. I'm realizing now, but I can't take any other like jobs, like in a security detail.
Well,
while
I
I'm doing.
wanted to seem
work.
like we were bribing you by giving you free tickets.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. I will promote for you within the force. How's that? So it's not free. I'll do some advertising work for you in the force. We'll have some guys come by on their day off and hang out with you.
When we get back to the part where I'm not part of the circus,
Don't worry about that. We'll talk about it later.
You don't even have a name.
You don't, and it throws me off. Like, I want to call you something, and it's just like, no, it's just the Wiz,
Whiz, I guess.
I guess. It makes it really hard to take you serious.
That just lends to it, though. It's perfect. I love it. Let us know when you've got the first show scheduled. I'll let them know. Then that'll pay for my ticket. Is that all right?
Okay, we'll put your name on will call.
Awesome. It's Daricus. It's Darricus.
Got it.
Awesome.
Cool guard guy, got it.
Cool. Well, I mean, you could put that next to it, right? My name's still Daricus, though. Daricus Stallet. So I
Wait,
do
you're
have
a
a name.
Stallet?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I'm a Stallet. Is that okay?
Eric Stallion. Got it.
I feel like you're all just fucking with me at this point. That's exactly what's happening, isn't it?
We are
a circus.
circus folk.
Yeah, you're a circus. I gotta tell you though.
If you expect anything serious here, you're wrong.
Hey, wizard guy, it looks good, right?
Yeah, Derek. It looks legit. Let's get back to me not being part of the circus.
Here, let me grab that then. Here, Moonlight, go ahead and sign this for me. Since it sounds like your unnamed wizard it looks okay, if you trust that guy.
Moonlight will sign it.
Awesome. Hey, it's really good talking with you guys, and I'm glad that I got a chance to come and say hi. And we'll see you whenever I see you then.
Sounds good.
I'll come and check how you're doing in 3 days, Jeb. I'd be surprised if you get it done. You want to put a gold on it?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, you got it. We'll put a gold on it.
This guy's got a gold. He's fucking balling.
Yeah, gold is a lot more in 2E than it was in 1E.
All right, guys, we'll see you later. He just kind of
Okay,
jaunts off.
Wiz. The reason I said you're not officially part of the circus is because you don't have a job or act yet.
I mean,
We need to figure that out for you.
I start fires really good. And I point back at the fires.
Which are actively still burning.
I don't think fire starter is
It's a great
complete act.
I mean,
I know, I instantly started singing it.
Yeah, it was in my head.
I can do this too, and I create a huge copy of you, illusory creature, and have it say, "Hey, I can do this," and it's in your voice.
Except for it's big and booming. Hey.
I mean, it's literally huge. What's that? 15 by 15?
It's a 15-foot moonlight.
It's taller than 15 feet. It's 15 feet by 15 feet.
Oh, that's right. The huge creatures are usually like 25 feet tall, sometimes bigger.
I mean, does that what it says it makes it huge, or makes it one size category larger? Or
You create an illusory image of a larger, smaller creature. I'm using the third level version of it, which increases the size by 1. So huge.
wow. I mean, Moonlight's pretty small, so to have a huge version of Moonlight would be pretty damn big.
The professor looks back and goes, "Where did that tree come from?"
Peach pie sits in its shade.
Does an illusory?
Except it doesn't give any.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
It gives illusory shade.
Illusory shade.
The real question is, does he believe in it? Does he believe that shade is real?
What's the will save I have to make?
I don't fucking know. It's like
Probably just your save.
Your will
20
save.
It's 21 or something.
All right. I get a 24. I know it's not real.
You disbelieve the shade.
I still want to believe in it anyway.
He sits in what should be the shade, sadly.
I was gonna say that sounds pretty thematically appropriate.
Puts up his umbrella to get a little shade, and it starts raining on him.
I mean, could I be like your guys' marker or something with this?
Wasn't society the check that you have to make?
It is.
Problem is, then you need to use it's charisma based though for like what you get for it. So.
Oh, it's real bad. I have a -1 charisma or -1 diplomacy, -1 charisma. Yeah.
Shit, Savatri and Kestrel are the two that we had do that.
Yeah, they were. Derricus leaves. He takes, the sign lease form with him. The circus crew and the professor and the performers are now trying to put out a couple of, potential wildfires. They'll get them out after.
Is it heavily wooded around here?
No, not where the wizard shot. It's just a couple of bramble bushes.
Just clearing the brambles. They'll burn and die off or burn up and be done. That was his whole point. So
It was. It's also breaking the law. So
burning shrubs is breaking the law.
Shooting fireballs within city limits is against the law.
Oh. Which ordinance is that? I want to see that.
I don't know. I'm sure it's somewhere at section 28B, subsection 82.
Well, let's get to work. We get to work. We organize this shit and we start doing.
Okay. I mean, the first night you're here, you really can't do a lot of work. By the time you guys got here, if you remember the morning of the 4th day, it took 8 hours to get to Escadar. That puts you at 5 o'clock. Then you go to town, wait an hour, have the negotiations, come back here. I would say it'd be getting around dusk at this point. The circus actually ate dinner while they were waiting outside of town for you. So the professor can get some leftovers set up for you. The first night, do you guys want to post up watches or anything like that while you're on the land?
Yeah, I guess we're in the fucking celestial menageries territory now. We better.
Yeah, we definitely better have some watches.
I want everybody to give me a perception check. What's your watch order?
Let's just go with those.
Go with the way that we rolled it.
Yeah, just go with the way we rolled it.
Okay. The first watch is the wizard. There's going to be an
Do you guys trust the wizard to watch? He's not a member of the circus.
What if you're a spy for the menagerie? During the first night, the wizard sees that around the camp there are 2 wolves.
I killed them.
They don't get close enough to do anything. They're just kind of at a distance. You can kind of see them are circling the camp. They're within fireball range, if that's what you're looking for.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's are they inside fireball range?
I am unfortunately out of 3rd level spells. I burned my 2 fireballs and my 3rd level illusory creature. What other kind of range are we looking at? 90 feet?
You can easily walk to the edge of the camp. It's not a very big camp right now.
Can I get within 30 feet or 90 feet?
As soon as you you start walking towards them, and they duck back into the shadows, and they run away.
I go back to sleep.
Well, when you change watches with Peach Pie, do you tell them about him?
Oh, yeah. There's wolves. They ran away.
All right, I'll be on the lookout for them.
Okay. You want some of this to smoke?
Yes.
I pull a little nug out of my lantern and pass it over.
Peach Pie takes a toke.
Pass that here, please.
Bernard takes a toke.
Oh, boy.
And then we take watch with a 23.
During the watch, you see the 2 wolves that the wizard warned you about. And they just kind of circle the camp at a distance. Almost looks like they're just scouting you out, maybe? It's hard to tell.
That's sure what it sounds like.
Okay, your watch comes to an end. Unless you do something.
No, I don't think I'll attack the wolves. But I inform Moonlight of the wolves.
Moonlight, during your watch, and actually even during the exchange, the wolves are circling the camp. You want to do anything about that?
No, I think I'll leave it to Mr. Druid if he would like to attempt to do anything with these wolves. They've obviously seen the camp now, so
Yeah, I think
having them see it more isn't going to change anything.
I think if they're still circling when Moonlight comes out, I think I will forego going back to sleep, and instead I'll sit up with Moonlight to watch.
Okay. Halfway through Moonlight's watch, the wolves lope away to the southeast, towards the mouth of the valley.
Is that like away from town?
Yes.
I watch them run away. And then I keep an eye out for anything new or if they come back with friends.
Nothing happens during the remainder of your watch.
I tell Jeb about the wolves and go to sleep.
Peach Pie, you staying up through Jeb's watch too?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go to bed in the morning.
Crazy person.
Jeb, you don't see any wolves.
What about my alpha? The alpha wolf.
Oh, the blood wolf, that's right. He's been just kind of sleeping. He hasn't done anything.
I guess I watched for some time and I
All right.
put some coffee on.
The next day comes.
When the sun comes up and there's a lot of people milling about, Peach Pie will then go back to sleep to avoid being fatigued.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I will be out of commission for a few hours in the morning.
Does anybody want to do anything specific today aside from helping the circus hands clear out some of the space here?
I asked Jeb if he wants to check out those wolves, if maybe we can find their tracks or something, or maybe after Peach Pie wakes up.
Yes. You saw where they went, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they went
Southeast.
Southeast, yeah.
Well, I'll lead a turtle up to
Tracking party.
the tracks.
You know, because maybe they have a den nearby and they're worried, and that's why they're kind of keeping an eye out. Or
Can
That makes
I
sense, right?
uncombatically bring the blood wolf?
Yeah. I'd be fine with that.
Alright, well, first I'm going to use...
Moonlight will go with us. So
I'm going
we all
to
go?
use Turtle's ability scent.
Ooh. Then does Turtle get to track using that
Yes.
scent? Nice. So go ahead and give me a tracking check.
Well, I'm convinced I'm correct with a 13 and a 1. Let's go.
Let's go. You walk off to the east. There's a lot. There's a decent amount of tracks here.
Oh,
Turtles would just
I am
be...
trained in survival. Yeah, Peach Pie will try and track too. I guess I've got survival. I don't do very well.
We are not tracking.
We are
Is the
tracking
Wiz
very poorly.
invited along?
Oh my god.
like it's a nat 20 for a 28.
Oh man.
Is the
Did
Wiz
someone
coming?
get the
Yeah,
wizard?
of course. We'll get the wizard. The wizard's my friend.
When you guys are going along, Jeb tries to take you in one direction. Turtle looks like they're going the other. Peach Pie's like, yeah, it looks like Turtle's got the right idea. And then Moonlight pops in with, nope.
Like I saw them walk away. They went this way.
The tracks lead you to an area. It's not very far away at all, but
A
you
map.
come
Haven't
across.
seen one of these in a while.
It's been a bit, right?
Uh-oh, this map is called Dangerous Plot.
It's the best kind of plot. This is like this bramble-choked mouth of a forested valley here. Like the valley itself is forested, not the clearing that you're setting up on. Granite hills rise to the east and to the south. Looks like it's providing a sheltered area where trees have grown thick and wild. There are two rough trails that lead into the forest. One is blocked by an enormous fallen oak, rotted and sprouting with mushrooms. The other is the open path that you see on the map, and that is where you see the tracks are going. Do you follow them?
Yeah.
Yes.
As you all start going deeper into, kind of just into the forest, you notice that there's a couple of different paths that split off in the forest here. One goes off directly to the east, one goes off to the south, and one goes off to the southeast. You may also notice that as you're going through the southernmost path, and hear the sound of water. but the tracks go to the path to the southeast.
Then we go to the path to the southeast.
When you see the path that the wolf tracks lead down, it leads to what looks to be a cave opening in the granite cliff face here. The forest ends abruptly with a sheer slab of quartz-studded granite, and it looms over the treetops. A cave mouth yawns open in its side. The cave is dark, and its mossy walls are studded with patches of ghostly white fungus. Can't see that deep into the cave unless you're Jebediah. Jeb, there's no living creatures, anybody, no wolves immediately in the caves, from what you can see.
How deep does the cave go?
It's hard to tell. It curves off pretty quickly.
Alright, I'll take 10 feet in. Am I hearing anything? Oh, perception for anything, or...
No, not really. You don't hear anything at all.
Can I obviously tell this is a wolf den?
You see a couple of discarded bones, but the caves do go deeper back. It's possible that the wolves are denning deeper in the cave system.
I look at Turtle. Is she picking anything up?
Turtle's got her nose to the ground. Yep, she's got the scent of the wolves as well, and she starts walking deeper if you let her.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna let her go alone.
As you do go deeper into the cave system here, you'll notice that there's two paths. One goes off to the right. One goes off to the left.
Bedroll in here?
Shh, that's not.
Sorry, I poked my head left. There's a fucking bedroll in here.
Turtle would start leading off to the right path though, because that's where the tracks lead.
I give her a little.
Does that mean wait?
Yeah. Sure.
So Jeb pokes his head into the other room.
And she probably can't see that well. I mean, she's got her scent to help her out, but she'll back into the room with me.
Oh, she'll come back.
Did someone cast something?
No.
I presumably assume one of you needs to see things.
Yeah, I'll need to be able to see. I'll pull out if necessary, I'll pull out a sun stick.
I light my lantern.
Oh.
And we all get fucking baked.
We're all getting high.
I box the fuck out of this cave. The wolves join us.
Hey man, sorry about casing your joint last night.
Why are they talking?
Who needs animal diplomacy checks when you got a lantern full of marijuana?
Ish type substance.
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't say that.
Right. Jebediah, when you poke your head into the cave here, the first thing that happens is there's some, random debris and rubble kind of strewn about here. But as you cross the threshold to get deeper into here, you step on rusted caltrops.
I've
Wait,
been
what?
deceived.
The wolves have left caltrops?
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
They're devious wolves.
I mean, so at the 27 perception, I didn't see these on the ground?
No.
Okay. I mean, am I taking damage, or is it so rusty they crumble under my strong feet?
The strong dwarven soles of your feet.
And he's wearing boots, I'm sure.
Yeah, but caltrops are caltrops. Now, the fact that they're rusted doesn't actually make it any different.
Except
I activate reflection of life.
Except you're gonna get that one disease or whatever.
Right. 4-pronged metal spikes. So go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
18.
You know that when you're stepping on something sharp, but you don't have the full weight of your foot down on it yet, and you manage to pull back just in time? Yeah, you do that. And now that you're looking down, there's this whole section of the entrance of this cave, of this section of the cave. Just this little bottleneck before it opens up into this cave room is just covered in what must be caltrops that are years old.
Years old?
Years old.
I see this bed, right? In the fire pit?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, does this look discarded? Like,
it all looks like it hasn't been in use recently from what you can see. I mean, there are torches that are like burnt out torches that are jutting out from crude holes in the walls of the cavern. That looks like a makeshift camp. There are chunks of granite and dirt heaped against the rocky wall as if somebody attempted to clear the cave's floor. Right where the bedroll and the old fire are, you don't see any recent signs of inhabitants.
well, I'll just do a perception check of the room. A 19.
Solid. In the bedroll that you have here, you actually find a loose leaf parchment notebook that's bound in burgundy leather and tied shut with a knotted silver cord.
I untie it.
When you open it, you just gotta take a look. It says JW on the inside cover. The first couple of pages look like it's a diary or a journal or something. Maybe a journal of a pickpocket of some kind. As you're seeing just little notes about, notes and sketchings and drawings of, the best place to cut a purse or,
A vagrant lived here?
Yeah. The further you flip into the journal, you see that whoever lived here, their crimes, they grow as the entries' dates approach the present. The entries are dated beginning in 4700, and right now it's 4720. So journal was started about 20 years ago, yeah. Towards the end of the journal, you find that the thief looks like they have some concerns about a local detective named Andera Pauldreen, and that they think that she might have found some sort of evidence of her guilt in a recent heist. The final entry is dated 4712, and it stops shortly after that entry about Andera.
I don't know. I guess I'll just put it away.
There's a couple of other things aside from just like the heists. There is a sketch of the cave system. In one of the rooms, in fact, the room just off to the right where the tracks go, is labeled Wanderer's Folly, Danger.
Sign me up.
She also notes that just outside the cave is a tree that she's stashed some stolen items in a tree.
Neat. I already make a note of that.
Moonlight, I'll get a 31 to look around.
Moonlight, in the northeastern corner of this room, there's like a section of what looks like loose dirt almost. You get close and you see the top of a wooden chest of some kind.
So yeah, I'll dig it out.
Yeah, it is definitely a small chest.
Do I need to dig the whole thing out to open it, or is it just like I can get like the top cleared and
You could probably just clear the top with no issue.
then see if I can open it? Or I'll check it for traps, I guess. Natural
Check.
20 for 30.
It's definitely not trapped, and it's not even locked. If there was something that was locking it, it's no longer here.
I'll open it.
There is a cloak in here. It looks like some
Detect magic.
magic. There's also a set of infiltrators' thieves' tools and a replacement infiltrator picks. And on top of that, you find 8 garnets in here. So those red gems.
It's 80 gold, right?
You got it. They're worth 10 gold
yeah.
apiece.
Those infiltrator tools are worth 50 gold.
Yeah, but you should keep those.
Yeah, I'll keep them. I mean, they're nice.
Yeah, +1 item bonus to pick locks and disable device. They are really good.
I got a 30 to figure out what the cloak is.
You guys want to take 10 minutes in here?
I'll stand guard at the entrance.
Technically, I actually got a 31.
Nice. This is something called a clandestine cloak.
Clandestine.
It's just clandestine.
A clandestine cloak.
Yes.
It gives you an ability that's two actions. You can use it once per day. You pull the cloak's hood up and gain the benefits of non-detection for 1 hour, or until you pull the hood back down, whichever comes first. As a secondary non-activity, when you pull up the hood of this nondescript gray cloak, you become drab and uninteresting, gaining a +1 item bonus to stealth checks and deception checks to impersonate a forgettable background character.
I don't know why, but I feel like this is something the Wiz would wear.
Go for it. I don't think anybody else wants it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're wearing it, you also...
I'm never really gonna use it, but I just feel like it's something you would wear.
It's just kind of like a, nondescript but gray cloak. In fact, it also gives a -1 item penalty to diplomacy and intimidation checks while wearing it.
How much would we sell it for?
Yeah, Moonlight doesn't want that.
Is it half in this?
Half. So half
Ooh,
of
it might be
gold.
worth 115 gold.
It's a pretty big haul.
Yeah. Never mind. We can sell it.
Well, you can wear it for now, and then we'll sell it later.
We can sell it.
Has this been 2 full episodes with No combat? Who are we even? What have we become? Are we role players now? Nah, we'll get back to smashing shit next week, so tune in as we continue the Extinction Curse. We here at MNmaxed want to thank you for joining us on these adventures, and we'd love to have you come join us for more. Check out our Discord where you can chat with us, listeners of the show, and other people who are involved with other Paizoverse podcasts. It's a great big community, and we all have a lot of fun. If you'd like to throw a little financial support toward MNmaxed, check out our Patreon. We really appreciate it. We're so appreciative of all of our patrons. You really help keep this show going. We'll see you again next week for another episode of the Extinction Curse. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.